just when you think you're close, you start digging and you find something else. So this is in the front passenger well. That's got to be replaced. It's actually daylight through there, so that's not going to work. I did a similar repair on the other side, so it looks like that's a problem area that needs to be fixed. All right, time for some cutting, grinding, fitting, and welding. After getting out about every tool you could think of to get this fiddly piece out, it's done. So that's cut out. I also found my screwdriver went straight through the floor, so I cut that out. And then we'll fill in this triangle. And let's see, can you see in there? There's kind of these two layers sandwiched together, which are pretty crappy in there. So I'm basically just gonna soak this thing in rust cutter. This stuff is great. And let it think about what it's done for a night. And then come back. All right. All right, well, it's ugly as sin, but it's done. So this is done. This was a mess and is sealed up now. That's where my screwdriver went right through the floor. In there too. So those are done. You know, being you're never going to see these, I'm not going to clean up these welds too much. It'll hold their integrity as well. Let's see. Where's my hand? My hand's there. Nice. So, again, not pretty, but some seam sealer, and they should be fine. Well, I'll call that a success. It's nicely sealed up. That should do most of the rots out. And looks pretty good on the outside. So I've been doing a ton of cleanup, de-rusting and such in the inner chassis here, and I was going at this old drain plug, and it just went straight through. I thought I was going to be able to save this. Okay, well, so there's another project. I get to cut that out and weld in a patch. I also had to do a patch back here in the corner. So it's amazing how this project just has legs. Patch is made, time to put it in. All right, well, that's done. And then, of course, I noticed that there's these two holes I forgot about. This is where the transmission mount used to be and was moved back for the new 2RZ and transmission mounting position. So I've got to patch those too. All right. I feel like I should call this chasing rust because there's always more. So I don't know what this looked like originally from the factory, but I can't imagine this stuff was open like this. I mean, this flange off the cross member here is just hanging out in space. And this is pretty crappy. I mean, you can see right through there. I kind of didn't want to take all this apart, but I feel like I would feel like I didn't take care of it if I don't. So, I don't know. I'm thinking, and it's in such kind of crappy shape. I don't know. I was thinking maybe I cut this, because this, I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Let's see if we can get under there. I mean, that section has in certain ways taken the worst of it. I was thinking of cutting that on the back side. And then this piece, which is in pretty good shape, kind of punching it back a bit and having a piece that went up. A piece that went up behind here. And sort of maybe some plug welds on this thing. And sort of just a piece all across there. All right, so I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, well, the patch is in. So again, not incredibly beautiful, but should do the job. And it's under the car, so who's ever going to see it? Now it looks even nicer. Big marker, all the metal work. Wow, the second I said that, I was like, that's the wrong word. I believe all the metal work is done on the chassis, and it's pretty cleaned up. Well, parts of it, so the whole bottom here. I'm going to hit this with some primer, and we'll see what's next. Progress. So pretty much the whole bottom tub is primed and seam sealed. So super happy with that. Back to a nice thick seam in the tire well. So that's pretty much the chassis. There's always more stuff to do, but now it's time to move on to this pile of stuff. Oh yeah.